What's up, y'all? It's Tuesday. I hope everybody out there is happy and healthy. Now, before we get started, I want to show you guys some love and thank each and every one of you for clicking on this video to give it a watch. I appreciate the continued support. Now, with that said, let's go ahead and get down. And I want to talk about Usher because there was a situation where he was performing on stage and he brought a young lady up there by the name of Gabrielle Cheyenne to actually serenade her, and she kind of blew him off and dissed him. Now, I can't play too much of that, but look at her. She's resisting him. She doesn't want to go along with it. And listen, it's her right. But a lot of people were saying that she messed up the moment. A lot of people feel that if she wasn't going to play along with Usher, then she shouldn't have went up and got on that stage. And then there's others saying that she has the right to not want to go there with Usher. People were pointing out his health issues, right? Or should I say alleged health issues? And those people were like, hey, I wouldn't want to be in an intimate tussle with him either, given his medical history, right? And she responded. She went on TMZ to talk about this situation. And so what I'm going to do right now is play you guys the audio, and then I'll be back to give you my 2 cents.
The young woman who got called up on stage, her name is Gabrielle Cheyenne, and she is joining us right now to explain what was going on in her head and why the fans are giving her such a hard time. All right, so why weren't you into it?
It wasn't that I was into it. I was approached first and upgraded to VIP, and they don't give you any instructions on who, what, when, where, or how.
They didn't tell you they were going to pull you on stage?
They told me that it was a possibility of me going on stage, but they didn't confirm that until it was closer to time for me to go on stage. And of course, you're getting to go up on stage. Why would I decline that? People are pulling the narrative that I'm in a relationship or whatever the case may be. No one can tell me the reasoning as to why I said yes to getting on stage. But you also don't know who you're going on stage for or with.
I'm going to kind of pick up what you put down there. You said, I didn't know who I was going to be pulled up on stage with. The way I see it, there are two people. There's Usher and there's Chris Brown. And that means that you were banking on Chris Brown and you got Usher, and you would have been more into it with Chris Brown. Am I reading this right?
Me solely, I went to the concert for Chris Brown. It's nothing against Usher or anything like that, but I'm more of a Chris Brown fan than I am of Usher. So, of course, it would have been a different reaction with Chris Brown. It wouldn't have been the stiffness or whatever the internet is portraying.
So you, after what happened, some of the fans were getting on you, saying you had no business being on stage. I thought your response to them was interesting. You explained that their team approached you and moved you to VIP before the show even started, and then you said, pretty privileges, something you hoes will never know about.
That post specifically was directed towards my city, which is why in that same post you see chat, which means Chattanooga, which is directed towards my city because my city is a crab in a bucket city. They were on the internet calling me out of my name.
Don't say that about Chattanooga. It's a beautiful place.
It's the truth. They were going ballistic on me, which is crazy because anything in Chattanooga, or if somebody does something that they don't get to experience, they just go ballistic if it's not how they would have done.
Except that you got to know that there were a lot of Usher fans there too, and probably in Chattanooga as well. And in a way, you kind of dissed Usher.
Which is fine. Which is fine that they can feel away, but you also can't tell me about my experience.
So if they had said to you, we're going to move you to VIP and we want you to be part of the show when Usher is up there, would you have said, no, thank you?
Yeah, I would have said no. I would have said no. It was never my intention to rile all these people up and ruin the moment or everything under the sun that they're saying.
But you enjoyed the Chris Brown part of the show?
I did. I even enjoyed Usher. It's nothing against Usher. I mean, I've been listening to his music since I was a little girl. I know his music, but I can I can prefer one artist over the other.
All right, so you heard what Gabrielle had to say about the situation, and she cleared up the fact that the reason why she wasn't into it with Usher wasn't based off the fact that she had a boyfriend or anything of that nature. It was just a simple fact that she preferred Chris Brown over Usher, and she has that right. But I don't understand, why would you get on that stage? You have the right to decline to go on that stage as well. Now, there could be a multitude of reasons why she elected to still go on that stage, knowing that she wasn't attracted to Usher in that way. One could be that she wanted to show off the fact that she was in VIP. And even though I'm not going to interact with Usher in the way he wants me to, look at where my pretty girl privilege got me at. Now we have to take this into account, because clearly this was a message to Chris Brown like, hey, I dissed your boy on stage, hit me up, slide in my DM, you could crack at any point and at any time. Now, another dynamic to add to this, Usher grew up in Chattanooga, and the fact that she's from Chattanooga and basically dissed him on stage is quite ironic. You know what I'm saying? Not saying because Usher grew up in Chattanooga that she's supposed to comply to his demands or whatever the case may be. But damn, shorty was ice cold. You know what I'm saying? I know in the back of Usher's mind, he's like, yo, man, I grew up in Chattanooga, man. Show me a little bit of love and respect. Again, I'm just saying she didn't have to, but doggone. Now, there's two things that I've seen online that people are saying, and this is coming from people that live in Chattanooga as it pertains to Gabrielle. There are some people that are saying that she's a colorist. So she's like Chris Brown. She don't like no darkies. Now, Usher is brown, but still, you know what I'm saying? Maybe she just likes light-skinned individuals just like Chris Brown. And then the second thing that I'm hearing is that Chris Brown set this up to embarrass Usher, because Usher is getting the best of him on that tour. And people are saying, even though Chris Brown is putting on a hell of a performance, flying around in the sky, doing what Chris Brown does, because he is super talented, but Usher is talented too. And they're saying that Usher's segment is a lot more powerful than Chris Brown's segment, right? They're saying if you take away all of the things that Chris Brown is doing, as far as like flying in the stadium and flying out of the stadium or whatever, like Usher would have the upper hand overwhelmingly. I haven't been to the concert. I don't know. But this is what some people are saying about the situation. But anyway, I'm gonna let this go right here. I want you guys to feel free to drop down in the comments and leave your thoughts. I'm interested to see what you guys got to say about this, because the response on social media has been wild, you know? And of course, a lot of people are siding with her, and a lot of people are siding with Usher, saying that why did she mess up the vibe for other concert goers? But ultimately, it was her choice, and she stood on business in that moment. But anyway, I want you guys to go along about your day and be blessed, and I'll talk to you later.